Bhagyashri, go ahead. Unable to hear you. Something is, you are unmuted, still we can't hear.
Okay. I was always wondering this Advaita, Vishishta Advaita, Dvaita. Did we have it in Bhagavata everywhere?
Yeah, that's what. Bhagavata has stories. And then the stories will culminate in these kinds of where everybody is going off to the forest. We should ask why they are going to the forest or not. And so there, Nirishvara, I mean not Nirishvara, there Nirguna Ishvara, Bhagavan, who has no qualities, because previously all qualities. Krishna means all this peacock feather, all this is important. Govardhana Giridhari, very important. Without all this, Krishna is nobody, correct? Without our resume, we are nobody. So without Krishna's flute, playing flute and then bringing all the gopikas and all that, Krishna is nobody. So all this is story. But Bhagavatam says, Ishvaraha, Nirguna Ishvaraha. This is Saguna Ishvaraha. But Saguna Ishvara is not all pervasive. Nirguna Ishvara is all pervasive. Saguna Ishvara is our Krishna, who was there at a particular time and place only. And then he also died, passed away, correct?
Right.
Yes or no? Yes or no? If you take the story literally, you should take all parts of the story literally.
Yes.
Krishna, you must say Krishna is dead. They won't say that. You must be able to say that because Bhagavatam says Krishna got, an arrow, hunter threw an arrow at Krishna and Krishna died. Krishna chose when he wanted to die also. Will anybody say Krishna died? Take everything literally. Then only you are true to the Shastra. That's what we mean, Bhagishri. Okay. So we're saying Shastram, Vedatu, it's been laying for a long time. So that Mahavakyam is there. Aham Brahmasmi is there. Correct? Aham Brahmasmi means you or I. Hey God, I can look at God and say you and I are not different. Why have you come here? I can challenge also. Why have you come here? I don't seek you. I'm a jnani. Suppose I'm a jnani. I'm not seeking you at all. Because you and I are same. So why have you come here? He must be able to, yes, we can have a conversation like this, then he can go. So I'm saying the full picture has to be given. Otherwise, it's only half the picture. Correct? Half the picture. Just attract and then make everybody say, God, this Krishna is great, Vishnu is great, Rama is great, and Lakshmi and all that, and then stop there. You can't stop there. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We're not saying all that is wrong and all that. No, we don't say it's not wrong. It's all Satyam. But where is the Satyam? That is Nitya. It is Satyam, but in our language, that is Nitya. Krishna is Nitya. Krishna Leela is Nitya. Vasudeva, his father is Nitya. Draupadi is Nitya. Everybody is Nitya. Okay? Pandavas are Nitya. My body also is Nitya.
Yes.
But I am Satyam. Aham Satyam. Correct? When are these people going to teach us these things? That is the question we are asking. That's why this is a study. This is a study. Therefore, there is nothing to believe. This is a study. Study of the truth. In the study of Satyam, there is nothing to believe. Correct? Therefore, we can say a jnani does not believe in God. Can we say that?
I'm sure you can because if Aham Brahmasmi, then
Correct.
he doesn't need to believe in God.
What is there to believe?
Yes.
See, my daughter is there along with me in my home. Do I say I believe my daughter is there or she is there? It's not belief. It's a fact that she is there. There is no belief involved. Belief is involved only when there's a doubt. Belief is involved only when there is a doubt. Correct?
Yes.
When there is no doubt, where is the question of belief? So Jnani does not believe in God. I just came up with a new statement. Think about it. Okay, Prasad Gurujala.
Namaste, Jay Kumarji.
Yeah.
Today is a loaded information, and when you are explaining Jijnasu, and also when I combine some part of that to the end, when you said about that lady, I guess she's from Shiva Shakti. So I just want to ask a question on that also. Now, first, I wanted to go back to the last class, when we're talking about Maya and how it solves the problem. I was reflecting on that, what you explained last time. And we talked about how Maya traps us into samsara. So there is, we talked about like I won't say negative aspects, but the power of Maya which causes the samsara, the attachments or angry or whatever qualities. Now, it occurs to me this way, just please, I need your comments on that. The way out of Maya is through Maya. This is what I was thinking about, because the solution for that is like, because Maya is something positive, something. So whatever we talked about while reading Bhagavad Gita and all other things like Viveka, Vairagya, dispassion for material, any temporary things and all that. So we try to excel or follow, and those leads to taking away or solving the problems of what we talked about earlier. So everything is Maya, whether we talk about in a colloquial or in Vyavaharika negative qualities, or what we try to follow. So the way out of Maya is through Maya. So that's how we can solve the problem of the negative qualities what we talked about.
So, see, everything is Maya when you say. We are not, see, we have to be careful when we say everything is Maya. Everything is Maya means what? Everything is a delusion or what? Everything is, it's not a delusion. Everything is there. Everything is there for a purpose. And I'm part of the creation. And but I've taken this everything to be Satya. That is my problem. That is why I suffer. And therefore, why did I take everything to be Satyam? Okay, Maya is there. And there are two Shakti. Shakti Dvayam hi Maya yaha. Maya means how to visualize Maya. So Shakti Dvayam hi Maya. Maya Shakti is twofold. One is Avarana Shakti. What is Avarana? Avarana Shakti is the capacity to conceal what is there. Okay, conceal like this. You don't see you don't see it. You don't see. Okay, that's called Maya Shakti. That is one of the Avarana Shakti. Then what? The minute I don't see the rope, then what? Okay, don't see the rope for a rope. You say, okay, I am not clear what it is. And you walk away. No, you don't stop with that. Then what do? Then now I project a snake on the rope. Once it's covered, once the object is covered, then what I seem to do is I come and project something. That projection Shakti is called what? Vikshepa Shakti. First Avarana Shakti blocks me, blocks the object from my view. Next Vikshepa Shakti comes. That is my Shakti, and I project. Projection is a Shakti. Both are Maya. We attribute both to Maya. There are the two. Shakti Dvayam hi Maya. So somebody says, define to me what is the Shakti that Maya has. This is one way to define it. And Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti. Okay. So I don't see things as they are. And I constantly project. And that is what is samsara. And Maya is to be overcome through Maya. Means what? When we say Maya is to be overcome, Ajnanam has to be overcome. That is a better state. I'll tell you why it's a better state. Because I understand Ajnanam very well. there is something to be known, I don't know that. That is ajnana, correct? There is something to be understood, I don't know. Ajnanam has to be overcome. That is a better statement. Maya is to be overcome. If you say, people will start imagining things, because Maya itself is not fully clear, and then I have to overcome Maya. All these ideas will come. So we never use the statement Maya has to be overcome. Maya Shakti, and I worship Maya Shakti. Why? Because help me. You have to help me, because I'm free. There is no, there is no, I cannot become free. Okay, by going somewhere, all this is not going to happen. Therefore, Maya is there. Maya Devi will help me. Once I tell Maya this, then Maya will say, "Wow, this guy is getting smarter, and I think he has a Utakarana Shuddhi also." Therefore, yes, I will slowly let go. I will slowly let go. That avarana and vikshepa. Vikshepa projection, I will stop. How, when I will stop? Prasada buddhi and all is there, and so then I will not react. My reactions will drop. That means the vikshepa shakti will drop. I'm not my projection. Wrong projections will slowly drop off, because my prasada buddhi is there, Ishwarapana buddhi is there. When projections drop, what is left is avarana. Avarana becomes very clear. Oh, avidya. Knowledge automatically happens after that. Okay. So you're right in a way that Maya is to be used to overcome Maya. The statement is okay. In the sense, to using what I know only, I have to overcome this ajnanam. There's nothing special here. I have to understand. Using our language only, we have to do whatever we can do. Using our body only, using our mind only. We are not going to go and buy another mind and put it here. No, nothing like that. So using the Maya Shakti, and using this creation, this Srishti, using this body, using this language, same thing. Same thing is used. Like they say, the thorn, you got a thorn stuck in the foot. Only one way to remove that thorn is to bring another thorn to remove that thorn. That example they give in the Shastra. Anyway, I hope that somewhat helps you.
Yeah, actually, it's not overcome. My statement is still, obviously, it's when I take negative or positive, it doesn't make sense if I say negative or positive, but it is the power of Maya, which has both. So using the same, I can overcome. Again, I use the overcome wrong word again. So yeah, using the same Maya, because whatever in the Vyavaharika, it is a projection of the Maya itself. So using the same Maya, I wanted to liberate or realize. So that's what I mean. Thank you.
Sure.
The second question.
And you said today's class was loaded. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. So I'm coming loaded in sense. Actually, there's a lot of information which when we are talking about Jijnashu. So two questions, not questions. I wanted to clarify myself. Let me put this way. So the God is Paroksha or Aparoksha? Question mark. Now God is Aparoksha. In what sense? If I question myself, then my existence is Aparoksha. So and then the equation which you talked about all the time is Tattvam Asi. So the God is Aparoksha because my existence is Aparoksha, and Vedanta says that it is Tattvam Asi. Is that correct to understand?
Yeah. So first, to understand Aparoksha, we have to understand Paroksha. Just for others also, not just I'm addressing everybody, not just you. And so Paroksha. Paroksha means remote, away, separate, separate from us. And in fact, Panini defines the word Paroksha as Parokshe lit, and lit, there is a lit lakara, which is past tense. Okay, there is lung, which is past tense. Then there is lit, which is another past. In Sanskrit, we have three past tenses. Okay, and he says lit bhute. And so he says that for which I was not pratyaksha, I did not know. I was absent when that thing happened. But like when I was born, means I didn't know, I didn't see when I was born. So that is lit. And then my great grandparents' time and all, I haven't even seen them, but I know they lived. So that's all lit, remote, paroksha. Okay, and then Krishna's time and all that, of course, all paroksha. That is why uvacha, Arjuna uvacha, Bhagavan uvacha. Uvacha means what? Said. Bhagavan avadat also can be said. Avadat means said, but that is recent past. But uvacha is remote past. Look at Sanskrit, how it is, how beautiful it is. Remote past. Bhagavan uvacha. You were not there, my dear friend. Long ago it happened. That is the meaning of that. Uvacha. And so remoteness. So parokshatvam means remoteness. And every religion says God is not here. God is up there somewhere remote. It is called paroksha Ishvara. And so now tell me what is in one line, tell me your question.
Yeah, I mean, the way of realizing that God is aparoksha is by way of knowing that my existence is aparoksha.
Okay, so so Prasad is arriving from the back door and back door entry. Okay, so let's explain that. Okay, so paroksha is remote. Aparoksha is what? Not remote. Means here. Means here. Not remote means it excludes even things that are very nearby. Okay, my coffee mug is there, etc. No, not even that. As close to me as possible. In fact, so close that it is me. That is that aparoksha word. Remember that aparoksha word. That is where it is used. It is not used for things that are near and all. No, not even perceivable. Why? Because it is me. That me is called aparoksha. Therefore, aparokshatvena Ishwaram Nyatavyam means understand Ishvara as not different from you. So Prasad is asking, Tat Tvam Asi is the equation. You are Ishvara or I am Ishvara. Correct? Tat Tvam Asi. But I know I am aparoksha, he's saying. I know about myself. I don't know anything about God, but I know about myself. That much I know. And I am right here. I exist also, I know. And so, but since the equation says this existence, this me is Ishvara, therefore Ishvara must be aparoksha. He's using the equation to arrive at the point that Ishvara is aparoksha. Correct?
Yes.
Correct? That's correct. I mean, that's see, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5 if you say. If somebody asks, is 5 minus 3 is equal to 2? Of course, 5 minus 3 is also 2. Is 5 minus 2 is equal to 3? Yeah, that also is correct. Everything is correct. 2 plus 3 also is 5 is correct. So anyway you look at it, it's correct. And so that is correct. So aham aparokshaha asmi tu janami. I exist, I know. Clear, crystal clear about that. And so when Shastram says Tattvamasi, you cannot understand Ishvara as anything other than aparoksha, anything other than myself. That is the meaning. That's a grand statement. Grand. Any other understanding is wrong. That is the meaning. God will come to my house because I am a bhakta and I am studying Shastram. This understanding is wrong. Correct? Wrong. God won't come to house and all that. Because God is you. How God can come to you? You are the one who sent God away. Because you are God. So, correct. That's also a way to understand.
Here is the third one, which is actually when the initial comment, and that lady, I think it's also come to what she said about. So the God who is beyond time, space, causation, and is within this time, space, causation as an immanent reality means, in other words, what I'm saying is God is both transcendent and immanent. Now that clearly defines our duality nature, which is Visishtadvaita. Now, when we talk about in Bhagavad Gita and all that, In other words, it is also the religious way of religions. All religions talks about that God is somewhere, and Vishishtadvaita says that everything is God, all is God, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. So, I mean, if we stop there, then I think her problem is also there, that, okay, then I can go as Christianity. But anyway, that's apart from that. My question is, so when we talk about, when I step on to Advaita Vedanta, where it said earlier that all is God, now I say that all is not, only Brahman is. Now this is Advaita Vedanta. So whenever we talk about the today, whatever you talked about, like Vishwa, Vishnu, and how everything is God, all this is basically from the perspective of Advaita Vedanta. Is it not the Vyavaharika way, Satya, which we look into, but finally it is to be understood that all is not, Brahman is.
All
Otherwise,
is not. What is the last sentence?
Oh, I am saying that when I say earlier that all is God, I am saying now all is not, but only Brahman is. Or in other words, there is only God, which is Brahman. Which, the Advaita Vedanta side. So this question basically I'm trying to see between Vishishtadvaita or any duality versus Advaita Vedanta. But since we talk about Advaita Vedanta all the time, and we also talk about the God, presence of God, the nature is God, everything. So from the Advaitic aspect or perspective, this is basically a Vyavaharika Satya. If I can put that way, Vyavaharika, because now I would be looking into the God, the nature is God, but that is wrong in one sense, that when I talk about Advaita Vedanta, because there is only God, or Brahman is the only one.
Yeah. So when we say Tattvamasi, we are not equating this body to Ishvara. Correct? This body is not Ishvara. Aham Atma is Ishvara. The essence of Ishvara and Jiva is identical. We are not telling Krishna, hey, you Krishna and me, Jai Kumar, are identical. They can never be identical. In fact, Jai Kumar was not there when Krishna was there, and Krishna is not there when Jai Kumar is here. So how can these two things be identical? Not possible. Upadhihi, form. Whenever you talk of forms, no two forms are identical. Two oranges are also not identical. They are two oranges. That's why you can have an orange, I can have an orange. Okay, not identical. Not identical at all. Upadhi, if you say Vishwam Jagat, Jagat means forms, multitude of forms. And so you have to bring in Namarupa. If I say pot is clay, correct? Pot is name and form, Namarupam. Clay is Satyam. Okay? That clay is Atma of pot. Atma Vishwara also is clay. Atma of the world of pots is also clay. So clay identity is there. Clay identity is there. But the minute you bring form in, the form is also clay. Pot is clay, but clay is not pot. Clay is not pot. That is why you can have different pots, etc. But essence of all pots is identical. Okay. And so Jagat, when we say Jagat, is also pervaded by Brahma. Correct? Every part of Jagat is Brahma, just like every part of the pot is clay. There's no part of Jagat that is not Brahma. That is why I can appreciate Vishnu. All pervasive Vishnu is very easily appreciated. Correct? Easy to appreciate. For a Vedanti, very easy to appreciate. And so, yeah, that's the way to understand. That's the way to understand. We cannot equate upadhis. Vacharam Banam Vikaro Namadeyam Mritike Teva Satya. Says Dhalaka to Shvetaketu in Chandogya Upanishad. Acharambanam Vikara. So this world is full of forms which are constantly changing. But Mrittike Teva Satyam. He gives the example of the pot and clay. It says Mrittika, that clay is Satyam. And Tattvamasi Shvetaketu, he jumps and he says, you are that, he says. You are that. You are not pot, but you are clay. Like that. Like that. The drishti has to switch to Atma, which is Satyam. And the Jagat is Mithya. Mithya is sustained by Satyam. No doubt about that. Mithya is nothing, doesn't exist without Satyam. Mithya is pervaded by Satyam. Every part of Mithya is Satyam. But Mithya is useful. Satyam is useless. Only Mithya can be useful. Satyam is not useful. Why? If you say Satyam is useful, then it has a dharma, it has a quality. See, I am hungry. Hungry stomach can only be satisfied by food. Mithya food only can satisfy Mithya hunger and Mithya stomach. Brahman cannot satisfy this hunger. Yes or no? Yeah. So that's the way to look at it. So we have to carefully straddle this line and carefully understand it so that we will so that our vision is clear, and at the same time our behavior and all is also normal. And we don't just because I am Brahma means I should not do certain things, I will not do certain things, then Jnani will be something else, and this, that, all funny ideas will start coming. No, we are not. Swamiji is very good at telling all the time. Funny ideas we should not have. Our language should change. Jnani's language will be different. No. Jnani's language is different, then he is not a Jnani. Are you a Jnani the way you are or not? This is the question. Now I must change myself to become a Jnani. Not possible. Hey, you are free right here and now at this moment. With all my problems, with my arthritis and with my this problem, heart and palpitation and everything, still I am Brahma. Is it possible? Can I accept that statement or not? Okay. All that. So anyway, that's good thinking though. I think that's the journey we are in here. And so I'm just challenging all of you to think like that and see if that will sync with your thoughts.
Actually, I think I have not made myself clear. What actually I was talking about is, thank you for what you said. I'm saying that when the God is transcendent and immanent, that is what Vishishtadvaita or mostly duality, mostly Vishishtadvaita talks about, right? Because everything is Brahman. You won't talk about any Nirguna Brahman and all that, right? So that's where, if you stop there, then it is a duality. But when we go to the Advaita Vedanta, then this is, we talked about the model, how this came into being, but the ultimate is Brahman only. That is the difference between Visishtadvaita versus the Advaita Vedanta. So when Brahman is the ultimate reality, Brahman only is, then when we talk about the Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma and all that, it's the way to point to finally to the Brahman. So this path we have to take. When I say the path to take, it is part of the Vyavaharika Satya, where that the path I take it so that I would realize the Paramarthika Satya.
Yeah.
So that's the
so 2 points are there. This immanence and transcendence. Okay. Prasad Gurujala used 2 words. Some of you may not know what it means. So we have to explain what that is. And Bhagavan is immanent, transcendent, and immanent. This is 2 words used in English. They are really Sanskrit words. And transcendent means asangatva, correct? So We saw just a few words ago. Nateshu aham. Nattu aham teshu te mai. Okay. Okay. I am not in them, but they are in me. Like that he says. Correct? We saw this before. Means what? Clay is saying, I am not in the pot. That's ridiculous. Pot, the clay is there in the pot. How come God said the clay is not there in the pot? That seems to be a ridiculous statement. A, pot itself doesn't exist without clay. What pot? You are giving existence to pot without clay? You can say clay is in pot only when pot is independent of clay. Huh? You can say, okay, you can say pencil is in the book. On the book, you can say. That is acceptable. Because book exists independent of pencil, pencil exists independent of. But you can't say, Krishna is saying, you can't say clay is in pot. Because where is pot to begin with? Clay is there. Where is pot now? Pot doesn't exist at all. And you are fashioning a pot and with clay only. It's not like you fashion pot without clay. You are thinking only if you say pot exists as a receptacle and then it is doing a lot of seva by holding pot, by holding clay. No, pot is not doing any seva. Clay is doing all the seva. Okay, so just think about it. Think about all this. Therefore, he's saying, Natu aham teshu. I don't exist in them. They exist in me. Clay is saying, pot exists in me. This is Vedanta. Pot exists in me because I am the one who gives the existence. I am existence in fact. And that existence, pot depends on me for its existence. I always was. For ages I was there and I'm here now. I will be there later. Pot will be gone. That means pot exists in me. Pot need not exist in me. Pot exists in me. Pot need not exist in me. Pot can disappear, appear. This is called what? Asangatvam. Asangatvam means what? God created the world, but God is not a sansari. God is not affected by the world. This is what they use the word transcendence. The problem with using the word transcending is people think transcending means gahan gaya. God created the world and went away. Therefore, he is transcending. God creating the world went away. This went away problem is there with other Vedantas. But here, no went away and all. God cannot go away anywhere. God is stuck with this world. But God is transcending. Means what? God is unaffected by this world. Asangaha. Clay is unaffected by pot. Can we say that? Can we say clay is unaffected by the pot? Can we say clay transcends the pot? That's it. If we have understood Satyam and Mithya, we will say clay transcends the pot. Transcend the pot means not clay is not away from the pot. No, you don't have to be away in order to transcend. Sitting right here where you are, you are transcending the Jagat. That is the meaning of transcending. And immanence, this word immanence is there. And it means all pervasive. Vivarta upadana karanam, that is immanent. I did not use the word immanent. But it's because better to stay with vivarta upadana karanam. Because somebody else may use the word immanent, they may not know what he's talking about. So I didn't use that word immanent. Immanent means what? The creation is not separate from the material from which the creation is made, and the material is not separate from the Nimitta Karana Vishwara Brahma, and therefore Brahma is pervading the Jagats. That pervasion, all pervasiveness is called immanence. That is the word that Prasad used. So we say that. Prasad said, Vishishta Advaita say that. No, we say that. Vishishta Advaita goes and says, the Jagat is Satyam, pot is Satyam, Swarga is Satyam, this body is Satyam, everything is Satyam. There is no Paramarthika Satyam at all. All Vyavaharita Satyam has been taken as Paramarthikam. Therefore, the journey is real. I am Satyam. God is also Satyam. And God is away from me. I am here. Everything is Satyam. Therefore, travel. But I am part of the whole. God is all pervasive, but I must have some Samipyam also. Samipyam. Therefore, this going to heaven idea has been introduced. Means is there important for them. I am part of the whole. God is all pervasive, and I am part of that all pervasive thing. There I am holding. When I say I am part, I am saying I this with this body, that I, not Atma. Because body is Satyam for them. And the Satyam body is there in the Satyam Ishvara. And then after death, what happens to the Satyam body? The Satyam body will go to Satyam Vaikunta, where I will meet Satyam Ishvara, who is Adishesha, who is sitting, lying down on Adishesha. Correct? Everything is Satyam. We don't say it's wrong. Why I won't say it's wrong? It's all Vyavaharika Satyam. I don't have any pressure to prove that this is wrong. It's all Vyavaharika Satyam. It may be possible, true, we believe it. We say, yes, you will go, you will meet Vishnu. But then Vishnu also will send you back. Say goodbye. Your punya is over. Vishnu is also helpless. He'll say, once your punya is over, you will go. You go somewhere else. That's what he's going to say. Therefore, look at that. Look at the way I put it. We don't deny what Vishishtadvaiti says. We don't deny what Madhvas say. But we say it's all Vyavaharika Satyam. That's all. That we should keep in mind. So, yeah, this transcendence, immanence, okay. I mentioned it, so others also, if they've not heard, they should know what it means. So,
yeah, if you stop at this point, then whoever mentioned in the last the example you told, then I am equivalent to any other religious aspect. That's what I was thinking when she said that. When you stop at this point, there is something beyond this. So what is that to be known? So
you are referring to the comment I made earlier.
Yeah, the comment she made. If I stop at this point, then I don't have to come to this, because I have in Christianity, I have somebody there in heaven. So
Yeah,
it's a Vyavaharika Satyam for me.
Yeah, I'm vested in Christianity. Why should I give up all this for so many years and then suddenly jump ship? And this is what you also are going to talk about in different names. You don't talk about Jesus, they talk about Jesus. You talk about somebody else. Krishna and yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
It's a very quick question, Jagmaji. Paroksha Ishvaraha and Aparoksha Ishvaraha. I just wanted clarification of those terms. Is it one who thinks of Ishvara as separate or remote is Paroksha Ishvaraha, or is it the concept of Ishvara where Ishvara is treated as separate? Is it the person who treats Ishvara as separate that we call as Paroksha Ishvaraha, or?
Yeah, Paroksha Ishvara is the Ishvara who is kept separate, who I believe as separate. That concept, that idea, that Ishvara is separate is called Paroksha Ishvara. I mean, that Ishvara is called Paroksha Ishvara, and that's my idea also. Because my idea is God is away from here, and so I must reach God. I must get that union with God, yoga, and that yoga will happen after death. Because right now, at this moment, I don't have a ticket to go to heaven. Neither do I want a ticket to go to heaven. But I am forced, they say, okay, after death, I am helpless. And so after that, they promise that I will go to heaven. That heaven, that Ishvara is called Paroksha Ishvara.
Okay. It's not that me who believes that Ishvara is separate, but it's that Ishvara that I believe is separate from me, that is Paroksha Ishvara.
Both. See, whose sake is Ishvara? Whose sake is Ishvara? Ishvara is for my sake, or I am for Ishvara's sake. Ishvara doesn't care about me. He's having fun there in some loka that is there. He's not worried about me. I need Ishvara. Ishvara is for my sake. Therefore, it is my belief that's going to do me, or that's going to make or break my life. Correct? That's why what we believe also is important. Only belief is also important.
Mm.
And for now, it's a belief because Paroksha Ishvara. I have not seen Ishvara, therefore it's a belief. That is why all religions are called beliefs,
Yes.
faiths. And Sanatana Dharma, is it called a faith or not? Big topic. But I want you to think about these things. Big topic. Why it's not called a faith? Because of Advaita Vedanta. Because of Aparoksha Ishvara, it's not called a faith. If you know you exist, that existence is Ishvara. Therefore, Ishvara exists. It's crystal clear. There is no longer belief. Therefore, a jnani does not believe in God. Therefore, it's not a faith.
Mm.
Let's think along those lines and see if something good comes out of that. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Therefore, many people argue, no, we are not a faith. We are not a faith does not mean we have no beliefs. No, we have a lot of beliefs. Karma itself is a belief only. Belief. But still, the dharma, the final dharma, Ishvaraha, Aparoksha Ishvaraha, Asti. That Asti is Ishvaraha. They say God exists. We say existence is God. Two different things. How can these two be identical? Therefore, that is faith. This is not faith. Therefore, some people say this is science and all that stuff. Because science means you inquire and you know, and you can prove it, etc. So there is some truth to that. Anyway, good. So I hope these are all important topics. I hope, this is, we are getting to the edge of this journey here. Those kinds of discussions, they are very important topics. And I'll continue this next class also. I'll reorient you and then come back and we'll discuss a little bit about bhakti and so forth. Okay.
Thank you, Jaykumarji.
Any other questions from others? But yeah, I think we are really talking about this. Is, as they say, I don't want to use the word meat and all that, but the crux. Our understanding has to have no blind spots. Blind spot. You know what blind spot is, right? Blind spot means vision is there, but there are certain things you can't see at all. That's why these mirrors are all designed in such a way to minimize the blind spot, right? So the convex, concavity and all they put so you can see maximum as much as possible without losing the clarity. And so once you know everything, there must be zero blind spots. Zero means zero. That's what our goal is. So we'll pray, we'll continue our prayers and ask her to take us all the way through. Yeah. Thank you very much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Jaykumar.
धन्यवादः
Thank you, Jaykumarji.
जयकुमार महोदय
धन्यवादः महोदय
धन्यवादः गुरुजी reminding you your breakfast time.
Yeah, breakfast time. That also. Yeah, I need to. Fortunately, it's only 8:20 here, so I'm good. Okay, I'm looking at the comments here. So, Mahavetam, Sarajit, gets in the air. Okay, Titisha, and then Raji Malhotra, Esther Benraj. Some names were taken. Okay, good. So some of you are aware of what's going on. So it's good. Okay, good. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. All
Thank
the
you.
best. Take
Namaste.
care. Hari Om. Namaste.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. Take care. Hari Om.